Hey guys, this is Tyler here. Yeah, it's been a while since I spoke here on YouTube. So, first thing, I actually was in a rehab facility for drinking. This place, it was both for alcohol and drug abuse, but more of the people I was with were had alcohol issues. That was interesting experience. A lot of really interesting stories there. Very crazy people that go to those places. Not all of them are though. You get a very large spectrum. I mean, one of the guys I was with was actually a 19-year-old. He was a musician, pretty well known in the Midwest, rap artist of all things. And the big thing also here I want to highlight is I'm actually gonna be launching another channel, totally different kind of channel. I'll be keeping you guys updated on that. I think I'm going to close out this chapter of what I've been doing for the past 5 or 6 years. It was actually during rehab, and it's been on my mind, honestly, the past couple years, 3 years since I left Florida. I'm rethinking, honestly, some of the things I brought up in those videos, the points. I think there's a lot more complexity with some of these issues. Like immigration's a big problem that I highlighted in some of the videos, but I didn't really go full fledged into it. And like famous Andrew Henderson, at the end of the day, someone can still choose to go to where they're treated best, go to a different country. I mean, the past few years for me, from the time I turned 29, they've been tough years, honestly. I mean, if you can't tell, I put on weight. I'm currently trying to get all the excess weight I put on the past 2 years. I was even heavier before, like 2 years ago. But I just really ballooned. A lot of it was from the alcohol abuse, among other things. Other thing also is there's a lot of positivity around, and I go back to watch some of my videos, and I'm still proud of them. But like when I lived in Estonia, for example, all of my videos were super negative, and after I left Estonia, I realized it wasn't as bad as what I thought. And some of my experiences were actually quite positive in Europe. And in some cases, I still think these countries offer great potential. It just goes back to the person and what they're seeking and where they're at in their life. There's no question. I mean, anywhere you live, if you don't have money, you're going to be screwed. There's no such thing as true communism anywhere. And that's just the fact of the matter. There's policies even like in Estonia that the government enforced that I actually applaud, and I didn't really bring up these points. And when I look back now, I mean, there's great laws that country had. On the country, there are also terrible laws they had. And my game plan is this: is that right now I work in a municipal government job of all things on a contract basis. Frankly, it's not a great paid job. I'm currently working on a few things on the side. Uh, Day trading, I still do, building up my funds. I'll be launching actually a AI or blockchain based project soon, or there's a couple of them I'll be launching. And my plan, my goal is to relocate once again by the end of the year out of the Midwest and permanently abroad. That's the game plan. I'm also going to be traveling for a bit. I'm going to go to China, go and visit Russia. I have to get visas. I'm going to go to Uzbekistan, some of the former Soviet republics, and of course Argentina. That's actually the first place I'll be headed to in November, December. Pretty stoked for that. Some guys here may know I have a brother. He lives in Argentina, and that's a cool place to be. That's the other thing. People were probably questioning this here. What happened with the CDL license situation? It's as simple as this. I actually failed the physical. my blood pressure was sky high. My blood pressure has been incredibly high the past couple years, on and off. And it wasn't actually until I got to the rehab place that I realized just how high it was for someone my age. And that was a big reason I went to rehab because I mean, I was on track to have a heart attack or stroke by the time I was in my late 30s, early 40s. And so that needed to be dealt with, and I failed the physical. When you take the CDL, your blood pressure can't be any higher than like, it's like 130 over 90, I believe. Or no, it's like, no, I think that's correct. It's 130 over 90. And mine was like 172 over 119, ridiculously high. And like I said at the beginning, weight's a big factor there, which is why that's a big thing I need. My face might look kind of fat in these videos, but physically, I'm not. It's not as bad as what it looks like if you guys saw me in person. Um, and then just my diet, of course, not just what I'm eating, but what I'm not eating. What maybe things I need to add in there. Certain vitamins like B12, potassium, magnesium, iron, all these things. They play a role in health and whatnot. But it's been a wild ride the past few years. And there's another thing here. I was homeless, properly homeless, for several months the past year. I finally have a place to live, actual home. And I will tell you guys, living outside homeless in a tent, it's cool maybe initially. But after a couple weeks, I mean, it is depressing and it gets hard, especially when it's lightning, it's storming outside. That experience is probably one of the most pivotal and necessary experiences that I had and needed to experience because I really saw a side of life that I had never experienced and I wouldn't want to experience again. And I climbed my way out of it this past summer. This summer was tough until I reached late July around my birthday, and stuff stuff has been gradually moving upward. And it all goes back to the same thing. It's subsequent decisions someone makes. They can't think that the, if you repeat patterns of behavior, things will catch up with you, and you have to be intentional with how you live, and you you need to make changes when they need to be. They're uncomfortable often. But thank you guys for everyone who's here. It's an awesome Sunday, great weather here in the Midwest, and God bless.